But as you heard a moment ago, US President Joe Biden has told Israel it has America's support, but not when it comes to striking Iran's nuclear facilities. Joining us live now is the former US Secretary of Defense, William Cohen. William, it's good to have you with us this morning. Thanks for your time. So with that said, what is a suitable message for Israel to send to Iran in response to that attack yesterday?
Well, I think they're going to respond very aggressively. I think they will take action to diminish Iran's support, military capabilities, and others as much as possible in this period of time. They have indicated that they're going to respond swiftly. I expect it will be within the next 24, 48 hours, and that they will go forward and try and target military sites, silos, other weapons production facilities, maybe even chemical weapons facilities, and possibly nuclear. The President of the United States, President Biden, has indicated he is with Israel, but does not support attacking Iran's military capabilities as far as their production of uranium or trying to enrich the uranium to a point where they can make a weapon. So I think the Israelis will say, thank you, Mr. President, but if we have the capability, we have the opportunity, we're going to take advantage of that. That's what I assume. I don't know, but the Israelis will have to make that determination.
William, Iran and its proxies have been outplayed and outfought by Israel so far. How diminished is Iran?
Well, we don't know exactly. Iran may be weaker than we realize. They have been operating for all of these years through their proxies, through Hezbollah, through Hamas, through Syria, and they have been very, into the Houthis in Yemen, they've been very reluctant to engage with their own forces. But they are at a point now where their, quote, bluff has been called in the sense that they have hit Israel in a way that Israel's saying, gloves are off, we're coming after you. So I think we don't know exactly how powerful Iran is. They have a fairly significant country with a fairly big military. But I think that the Israelis are going to level a very destructive blow.
Well, I mean, why not go after nuclear? I mean, I know there are complexities with that, and we spoke to a few experts already when it comes to that today, because much of it is in bunkers underground, so it's hard to get to. But, I mean, it is in the process of getting its nuclear activity together, so why not hit it now?
Well, it's not only the ability to hit those bunkers. I don't know that the Israelis have the capacity to destroy them.
Right.
This is certainly not a one-day operation. It may not be a one-week operation. So the capability would have to be on multi-day, multi-month perhaps, to go after all of the facilities. Nonetheless, I think the Israelis are determined to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. I think that President Biden said, we don't know the untoward consequences. Iran may respond in a very asymmetrical way, which will affect countries all over the world in terms of response, and hit soft targets, hit civilian areas. So we're in uncharted territory right now with Iran, and that's why I think President Biden is trying to say, okay, make your point, hit them back, don't go after their military, their nuclear production, at least research and development facilities.
Okay. You might have just heard in our coverage, William, that a Royal Australian Air Force plane is in Cyprus, and it's going to help repatriate Australians who might be stranded from Lebanon. In your experience, how difficult is it to repatriate expats in these circumstances?
I think it's quite difficult. It depends. So if they can get to Cyprus, obviously they would be under secure circumstances there. If you're trying to get into Lebanon, you have to be careful. There are commercial flights coming in and out of Lebanon, but they're limited, I would think, as this fight continues. I think more commercial airlines will shut down, and so it's going to be difficult for respective governments to get their expatriates out of Lebanon. So sooner people leave, the better, until this thing is resolved, and we won't know that for some weeks and months to come.
Do you think we're getting into a wider war here?
I do. I think it's going to spread, and I think that Hezbollah is going to try and respond against the Israelis. I think Iran is going to respond when they're hit again, and that's the danger of this thing spiraling out. And all of the Gulf states run the risk of being involved at this point, being targets. And so the world economy could very well tip into a recession, if not even a much further than a recession, if this were to continue for any length of time.
Wow.
So I think we
Yeah.
have to hold on. Now oil is going up. It's likely to go up higher.
Okay, that's a problem down the track, but that's William Cohen there, the former US Defence Secretary under President Bill Clinton. William, really appreciate your time. Thank you. We'll chat to you again soon.